make the change.
Okay,
If
so
we want to be independently working this,
yeah.
how do we
So
help
I'm going to
ourselves?
share my screen, and I've started recording so that I can send. Did I send?
Yes, I noticed.
Recording?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to go, and I'm going to share. So let's go into LinkedIn, and I'm going to go into my. You can tell I've been busy with LinkedIn here. So I'm going to go into my profile.
Profile, okay.
So when you encounter these little changes, the things that are changed, sometimes you don't notice them right away. And so you'll all of a sudden one day you'll happen to be doing some work in a certain area and you'll go, oh, well, that's different. That's totally changed. So I think the last time that we were working together, we were working through the profile, right?
Yes.
And
oh, it's 500.
So when you get your profile up to, actually it's up to a point where people look at you as a resource or somebody of credibility. It's when you get to that 500 plus connections.
Okay.
So we need to invite some people to connect with us. And so if you want to go and invite all the people that are in your business to connect with you on LinkedIn, that would be great. It's also good to join groups on LinkedIn. And if we have time, I'll go into some groups today and show you more about groups and how those are important. So this 500 plus, what it means that you have over 500 connections on LinkedIn. And that is all that shows up on anybody's profile. So you could have 3,000 connections or 50,000 connections. Actually, LinkedIn won't let you have any more than 30,000 connections.
Okay.
So if you have more than 500 connections, so you could, they don't know you've only got 501 connections. But you look like a center of influence. So the goal is to get to that point where it shows the 500 plus connections.
Okay, should I go check how many I have?
Sure, you can go into how many you have.
Okay, how do I go?
So
how do I do that from here?
Go into your network. So what you want to do is you want to shrink down.
Yeah, I want to shrink you. Okay, there. Yeah. I don't know how to do that. It's not letting me.
Well, if you go into the window where there's our pictures, where you see our videos,
this.
At the very top, there's hide thumbnail video, show small active speaker video. So you want to click on the small active speaker video.
Yes, I did, and you disappeared.
So you just made it small. That's okay. You can pull it back up again.
Yeah. So how do I check on my profile?
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing mine for a minute so that you can share yours.
Okay. Oh, that's how it goes?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what?
At the bottom, there's a little green box that says share screen.
Okay. Oh, the green box, share screen. Yes.
Right.
You said that. Yeah, so there it is. So now, what do I do?
There's a box. When you're looking at your screen in the top left corner, there will be a box that has a heavy blue rim around it.
Yes.
Click on that, and then go down to the bottom right hand corner and click. What does it say? Share.
Yeah.
And then there we are.
Now I can go to my LinkedIn.
Yeah, this is your desktop. So just go into your search engine, which that is Google.
Yeah, trying to get there. And press.
Don't worry. When you're sharing your screen, it is a little bit more slow to respond.
Oh, okay.
On your computer.
Yeah.
So the sharing part is what slows it down.
Okay. That's why it's. making me,
Looking.
well, making me, I have to click it a couple of times, but I shouldn't, right? That'll interrupt it.
Yeah, it'll interrupt if more than one LinkedIn window show up.
Yeah. We have a beautiful sunny day today, but it's cold.
Awesome. Well, it's bright out here, but it's overcast.
Oh, okay. We had that kind of a day yesterday.
Yeah.
It's been threatening. It's supposed to be snowing here.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
even here, but
Okay, so
they made good on their plans last week, not this week. Okay, so I'm getting some parts of my screen and I'm waiting for
slowly.
where I can push profile, right? I'm waiting for my, it's almost all up. And then I'll push to see my profile.
So you are,
No.
You're at the view profile page.
Okay, here I am.
Homepage.
Here I am. Now, which one do I press? Me? Do I press me?
What is it? What is exactly that you want to look for?
I want to see how many followings.
Okay, so
I have.
click on the me button.
The me button.
Yeah.
Okay, view profile, but what do I open here?
Click on view profile.
Yeah, view, okay.
Yeah. It'll just take a minute to open up because of the
it's coming.
Here.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, so
and I have six connections.
You're got a good start, guys.
Okay. Yeah, oh my God, that's a long way.
Slow down just
well, I know you're trying to hold it back, but okay, you can laugh. It's okay.
What about me?
Well, that's what I mean.
You.
Okay, so how do I shut this down? Because it's just embarrassing at this point.
Well, scroll down.
Scroll down. Okay.
Yeah, take the bar at the side and scroll it down just a little ways. You don't want to go all the way down to the bottom. Just maybe about a half inch from the top.
Oh, half inch from the top.
Yeah, just down a little bit. Because we want to see.
Yeah.
We want to see the little bit that's underneath your picture at the top.
Yeah, and I saw that.
There.
I've got 6 followings.
Yeah, so scroll down, move it down just a quarter of an inch. Move that thing down. Yeah, that's enough. Stop. So, this, if you click the open to drop down.
Okay. I'm looking at my profile strength. I'm an intermediate. I've got to get better, right? Okay, so here we go.
You're open to finding a new job or to hiring, or you can go back into settings and change that, but we won't go into that in detail. So click on add profile section.
Add profile section.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the open to will close.
Yeah. And okay, so it says intro, about, featured, background.
Yeah.
Work. Okay, which one would you like me to go into?
So have you got these all filled out?
We worked on it last week. I think we got them all done.
Yeah, we were working on this. Okay, so scroll down a little further down there.
Okay.
Got education, just move it a bit further.
Yes.
Okay, stop.
Additional. Yeah.
Click on volunteer experience.
Volunteer. Okay. Volunteer experience.
So you've got the red cross. So can you move that sidebar on that window down just a little bit? So you were a fundraising volunteer with the red cross.
Where?
There you are. So you need to finish filling this out.
No, I'm not a Red Cross.
Oh,
No,
you're not? Okay, so do you have any
no
volunteer
way.
experience that you want to share on there?
Well, the only thing that I can say I do a lot of is the three-way phone calls where I get a lot of our you know, Aviva's downline will call me on for prospects, you know, on three ways for prospects, especially in cancer.
Okay, so cancer?
Yes, because my husband had leukemia.
Oh,
Yeah, so
so,
it's really,
so you would be an ASEA cancer consultant?
yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
what you could type in there.
yeah,
Capital S.
cancer consultant. Yeah. I do a lot of it. That's why I can say it with confidence that I'm
So you need to change this here to all caps.
okay. Let's see. What did I do?
You just hit the caps lock
Oh, yeah.
and then turn caps lock off.
Like that. Cancer consultant.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So what would be a really positive way of saying that you're a cancer consultant? That would be that would tell more about exactly what you do.
Yes. So basically
are you an ASEA cancer strategist?
maybe strategist would be better because really I'm not, I don't know.
You put a capital on it.
Okay. Okay.
And we'll put a capital on cancer as well.
Strategist or agist?
STRATE, I think.
E? Okay.
Yeah.
Strategist. Helping people or guiding people or navigating people through the process. Navigating?
That you just want to just put you want to put that down in the next line where it says role.
Role, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here, role, okay. Yeah. Navigating.
Yeah.
How do I call them? Not patients, people, just people?
No, just navigating through your or navigating
Through process, not process, through the
navigating positive cancer solutions.
I love you, you're good. Navigating positive,
Put a capital P on it.
okay. Positive solutions.
Yeah, navigating positive cancer solutions.
But I don't want to limit it to cancer, you see? Health solutions.
Positive health solutions. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Whoops. Solutions. Navigating positive health solutions. Ah,
Maybe the capital S.
my God, the words are everything, eh?
Okay.
Sorry, I get impressed with myself. Cause.
Okay, so the
personal experience. Cause.
What is your cause? Your cause
is
finding ASEA solutions. or find
Cause,
solutions with ASEA. Health solutions with ASEA. That one,
okay,
health solutions with ASEA. And don't put capitals on everything, just health solutions with ASEA, all caps on ASEA, right?
but this,
Oh,
okay,
there's a
well,
drop down. Hit the drop down arrow. Yeah, that's good.
okay,
That's good. You got it. And scroll down and see if you can see something with health.
I did look through it. That's just like one word stuff, nothing here. Health solutions,
I think you can add solutions in there. If you can't, then we'll have to
yeah,
go somewhere else.
no, then it's not even letting me, no, just one word, that's it,
Okay, so then just get rid of that drop down ruin.
okay. I am currently volunteering in this role, yeah. And, oh, I don't know,
Start.
it started, sorry? I don't know, it must have been in 2018 because I was already on the phone. I don't know, I'm gonna put January of 2018.
Okay.
Oh, no, okay. But it doesn't have it, oh, here's the year.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness, okay. 2018. Description.
And then scroll down so you can type in your description. And tell what it is you do.
Yes,
So you're coaching families that are coaching individuals that are recovering from something.
individuals who are,
A T instead of a T in individuals.
that's the problem. Okay, spelling is the issue here. Individuals who are struggling.
Recovering.
No, struggling.
Okay. Instead of putting struggling, I'd put who are challenged.
Who are challenged. Challenged.
END.
I'm excited. My fingers are just responding to my excitement. Challenged with serious health issues, serious.
With just put
Limiting.
Yeah, limiting health issues. See, great heads think alike.
Yeah, but yours just is a little bit shining brighter. Mine's coming into the light. Issues. Can't even spell. Okay, coaching individuals who are challenged with limiting health issues. Individuals or their families. Or their families, because sometimes it's a child. Their
family members.
Whoops. Members.
No, apostrophe, just members, period.
Members, and then apostrophe.
No.
Okay, members.
Who
Okay,
are
coaching individuals or their families who are challenged. Should I do some commas here? Commas. Who are challenged with limiting health issues. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, because you know what, that's what I do. I do more of that than signing up. I can spend like, sometimes a couple of hours with a person who is dealing with something serious. Sometimes they call me at night. Sometimes they call me every day for a week, Oh well. So now I push save.
Yes, pick one.
Did I go up a little further here with intermediate? No, not too much.
A little bit further. It's the profile section you're working on. So you just see that drop down. But what you can do on your own is just go and click on add profile section.
Yes.
and look through them all. And if you want, we can just sort of brush through them, right?
Can tweak it, right? We can tweak it. Okay.
That's right. We can
Okay,
do
now
time.
I haven't been posting because first of all, I have forgotten how. So, and also what rules are there around posting?
You mean posting things on LinkedIn?
On LinkedIn, on Facebook.
So any posting online. Okay, so LinkedIn is,
Okay, I'm gonna come back to the screen where I can see you. So I'll stop share,
yeah, just click on stop share.
stop share. Okay, I'm back. That was fast. Hi, Onofrio. You
Onofrio.
joined us. I can't hear you. Put the volume up. Put the volume up. Can't. How do other people hear you?
I don't know.
Don't you have a volume control?
No. It's always up to the top.
Well, how come sometimes I can hear you and sometimes I can't? I can hear you. Huh?
I don't know.
We can barely hear you.
Try to raise the volume again. Maybe the volume went down.
It's nice to meet you.
Just raise it up. Oh, now you're muted. Now you're muted.
Now you're not muted.
Oh. Onofrio, this is Christine
Hi,
Till.
Christine. Hi,
Nice
Christine.
to meet you, Onofrio.
My pleasure meeting you. I'm gonna check it out to see.
It's a little better, but it's not enough for us to really be able to communicate.
No, not enough.
Yeah.
It's better now.
Better.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I gotta scream.
Whatever makes it work. What can we say?
Okay.
Onofrio is an insurance agent. Onofrio, introduce yourself to Christine.
Yes, I've been in insurance for life insurance since 1982.
Mm.
And in the last 7 years, I also do general insurance. So then in 2019, I had to stop working for my health issue,
Oh.
stomach cancer. 80% of the stomach was removed, but I feel great thanks to all the people.
No
Everybody helped
chemo.
me.
No
No
chemo, Christine.
No chemo, no radiation.
Awesome.
I feel
Just-
really, really great.
So you're using ASEA.
I use it also ASEA, yes.
Yes. Awesome.
I use a lot of stuff. I use my technology over here too. This is for
Oh.
ozone water.
Ozone water.
I use everything that help. Everything that help is good.
And he was doing, when I met him, he was doing vitamin C drips
Vitamin C with mistletoe.
with mistletoe,
And the Intervena. I was doing Intervene.
intravenous, yeah.
Wow.
So he cut that down quite a bit.
Very
in-
expensive. To
Yeah,
do that
but
Intervene is very expensive.
but it was good, and he cut it down quite a bit because he could use the ASEA, and it really helped.
That's awesome.
Nothing works without ASEA.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I just to tell you a little bit about me, I have advanced arthritis in my body. And I was told in 2000 and when was it? 2000, I think it was 2011, that I needed to have knee replacement surgery. And I just have such a negative feeling about having knee surgery because I've seen so many of my girlfriends who have become totally immobile after they've had their knee surgery.
Oh,
They
that's
can't
terrible.
hardly waddle. They put on huge weight and
Mhm.
can't hardly waddle to the end of their driveway. And I'm going, maybe we should stick
Crippled.
with our original parts here.
Yes, so let's see if we cannot fix those. Fix
Yeah.
the old.
So I was looking for a solution, and you were introduced to me. ASEA was introduced to me through another member of ASEA, and we met through LinkedIn.
Whose downline are you?
Oh, what's his name?
Sean,
Yeah,
no?
Sean.
Sean, yeah. I remember you told me now.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
anyway,
sometimes we see him.
my knees are so good right now. I just can't begin to tell you.
Well, I'm so glad to Sean. If one day when I meet him, I'm going to thank him for you. Now, who's Sean's upline?
I don't know who his
Sponsor.
I don't know who his sponsor is.
And how much do you
I-
drink,
he's-
Christine?
I'm only drinking, let's see, 4 ounces a day.
Oh my. And it makes that much of a difference.
Yeah. And every once in a while, if I feel like I'm having a bit of a flare up, then I'll step it up a bit. And
To
I'll
6,
just
yeah.
have a couple more ounces. But usually I just have 2 ounces twice a day.
When we went on it, we really didn't know better, so we were on 4 ounces a day. But with all the stress in our life, I went up to 6 ounces, and but my husband was up to 12 when he was diagnosed, and then it went down in the hospital because I didn't know much, or I'd have kept it up, down to 2 ounces twice a day. And then got back up to 8 to 10 every time that he came home. And then like when he did come back home, he was up to 10, 12,
Wow.
up to 16 after. And then when we got about to 18 months after the transplant, he went, but I didn't want him to come down. So he just stayed at 16 for a little bit. And then when he got past that and he was off all the pills, he started to come down a bit, but he's still at 10 to 12 right now, 10 to 12.
So
Because it does a lot of damage, Christine. Chemo was very aggressive chemo, and he could very well have been killed from the chemo. They told us going in, because it was an aggressive leukemia, that they had to use an aggressive because it was an aggressive leukemia, they had to use an aggressive chemo. So they told us going in, and there were many that died while we were there. Well, because he was there for many months. Yeah, so he made it through.
well,
Just with that, like
probably, it's probably because of ASEA.
Oh, very much, because we started it about 7 or 8 months before he was diagnosed with the actual leukemia, because he was in a pre-cancerous situation where the platelets are not living. They multiply, they're developed, but then they die. So his platelets were kept going down. So he was in a pre-cancerous situation. So we started it then, and we're up to 12 ounces when he was diagnosed. So in 7 months, it fortified his body, we believe. It already did a lot for him to get through the whole process. So this is what we believe now. Because he was in a terrible state. He couldn't walk a couple of steps without stopping and taking his breath. He was a mess and bruised all over. Every time he took off his clothes in the evening, there were new bruises, and I'm like, and he kept on, scratching his head. Well, maybe when I moved that thing, I bumped myself. And after a while, I said to him, "But you're just making this up now, because you couldn't possibly bruise this much constantly every day." So it was a long process, and then he was diagnosed and into the hospital right away. So then we didn't know much. We didn't know much at that time. That was 2017. So we weren't connected, and then Aviva did all these coffee talks where we got together and heard other testimonials, and then Facebook, I got on it, in 2018, because I didn't have time to learn anything. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I met Onofrio through my daughter, her fiance. She was over their house, and he's their insurance agent. When my daughter heard his story, she says, "You need to tell her, Onofrio, what did she say to you? What did Sandra say to you?" And he came running over here.
My husband told me, you gotta talk to Grace because her husband, that's what happened. He was taking ASEA. I thought ASEA ginger ale. I said, okay, I'll talk to, get a box of ginger ale.
Every time I talk to them, they call it something else, but they don't go on it. In any case, he came running over here and he says, I want some of that product that your husband took, and I want to do the business. Right away, he announced himself, and I'm like, what do you know? So in any case, we got to be good friends, and he was actually invited to my daughter's wedding by the other side of the family, because he's a good friend of theirs. So we were at the same wedding, my daughter's wedding. So what was that, like a month before the wedding, we went on to the product, and then it was a crazy year for me, because at first, he came at the beginning of, I think September, and then the end of September, I went to convention. Here I have a wedding, on the 5th of October, and here I am in Las Vegas. Like, it was a crazy year. I'm thinking back, I thought, well, how did I have the courage to do that? But in any case, I did it, and it's a good memory. I wish it was that year again, because now we can't even go. I was so looking forward to going to California to the convention, and we had a virtual one out at a cafe out in the backyard, and it was lovely too, but it wasn't the same, obviously.
Yeah.
So maybe this year, maybe we'll go to, what's it called, Texas? Nashville.
Mm. So let's carry on here quickly, because we're
Yes.
running out of time. So
Okay.
Let's go. I'm going to share my screen again so I can show you, because I find that's the best way
Yes.
for you to learn, is to see it and have me explain it. So all the different sections of your profile, number one, you want to get up to 500 plus connections. And
Mhm.
you want to think you've got up to, let's see, 220 characters are available for your headline here. And this is like a headline in a newspaper. Extra, read all about it, blah, blah, blah. What's going to grab people to read your headline, to come and check out your profile? So think about that. You've got 220 characters that you can use here. And so what it says, you don't want to say anything about ASEA. You want to be generic, because as soon as you say something about the name of your company on there, it narrows down the searches of possible prospects, right?
Mhm.
So you want to talk in more generic terms. So with me, I'm cracking the LinkedIn code, helping you unleash the true power of LinkedIn to attract your perfect prospects, creating multiple streams of income that pay you and your business at least twice.
Mhm.
And this is,
Okay, mine is done. I think we went over mine last time. How was yours doing, Onofrio?
No, I didn't even start because I don't want to take a conflict with my insurance.
Yeah, so I think that's his question. How does he make this work for two businesses? Or does he have to do two LinkedIn accounts?
okay, so here's me. I am a LinkedIn strategist. And that's my number one thing. I help people create
Mhm.
profiles that will attract the perfect prospect to them. So that's number one. My number two thing is I want to tell people about my bump card. And a bump card is a virtual business card that also incorporates the latest texting systems. The open and read rate of bump cards is 95 to 98%. So it's way better than email even. So I've got my LinkedIn, my ASEA, my bump card. Those are my three key things. I'm also involved in cryptocurrency. So people can see from my profile that I'm involved with those with some different things, but I'm very careful how I put them on my profile. So here's some videos. I've got, you've all got this section, and you can put, I wouldn't put any more than 3 videos because you can't see beyond the 3. So if
Okay.
you want to change a video, you can take a video out and upload a new video if you want something new in there, which you can do all the time. LinkedIn likes that. Their search engines are really powerful. And this is your dashboard. So this here tells you how many people have viewed your profile in the last 90 days.
Dashboard.
This is how many post views you've had in the last 24 hours. And this is how many search appearances you've come up with. Okay.
Mm.
So I'm going to click, I've got a rating of all-star, and that's your goal, is to get up to all-star rating. So I'm going to click on here, who's viewed my profile. And you have this chart. And the chart goes up and down depending on your activity on there, right? So I've had 64 views, 58, 72, it's gone up to 88, 99.
What did you click on to get this? Right on.
I just clicked on views of your profile,
Okay.
profile views. And
Okay.
so mine's up 15%, but it goes up and down depending on your activity on LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll show you, now I'm on a paid platform, so I'm going to see more than you will see on a free platform. Do not get on a paid platform until you talk to me first, okay?
Okay.
Because you'll be paying $65 a month for the basic paid platform. And if you're not going to utilize all the things in there, do not get on a paid platform. So when you go in here, you can see who has viewed your profile. So I've sent, this pending means I've sent Terry a request to connect. She's a 2nd level connection. So it means that it would be like, I'm connected to you, Grace,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're connected to Terry as a 1st level connection. So because she's 2 people away from me, she's called a 2nd level connection. So these 2 people are now 1st level connections, and I can direct message them because they're 1st level connections. And I don't have to worry about any challenges. So there are some people who follow me incognito, and you'll see this happen on your profile as well. I usually just ignore these people because if they don't show a headshot, I don't want to get involved with them.
Okay.
It's like they're hiding something from you. They're not
Yeah.
there to do business, right?
Yeah.
All of these people have really nice professional headshots up there. They look
Mhm.
great. They're clear, they're head or head and shoulders. That's all you want in your headshot.
Mhm.
You want people to be able to see if you're smiling or not. And smile in your headshot, even if it's not a huge smile, like this guy is smiling, but maybe he's got crooked teeth and he doesn't want to show them. So Lucas, we are 1st level connections. So I could message him back and forth, no problem. I don't want to follow this person. I don't know who they are. I
Mhm.
know that they've viewed my profile. I just ignore those. Here's another person who's connected with me. She's a 1st level connection. I can message her back and forth, no problem. Now, Ian Hill, I can send him an in-mail. He found me via my LinkedIn profile, and he sent me an in-mail. And
Okay.
you can only send a limited number of in-mails on the free platform.
Oh.
but he's not connected to me yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will later on after we're finished talking, I will go check him out and see what's happening there. He may have sent me a request to connect and I just haven't accepted it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. You also want to be careful of who you connect with. So I'm going to go into my network. I see there's 2 requests to connect in here. So here's these people. This one, she's already accepted my invitation, so I don't need to do anything with her. But Samuel, I don't know him, of course. He's a student at Koji State University, so he's probably in another country. So I'm going to right click on his name, and then this little drop down menu opens up, and I can go in and I can click to check out his profile without accepting the connection request.
Oh, that's good.
And then you can go and you can check that out. So you see up here, can you see at the very top
Yes.
where it's thinking?
Yeah.
So I'm going to click on this tab, and that way I can view his profile. I'm moving the pictures over. He's in Nigeria.
Oh.
My experience has been that the people in Nigeria or Africa don't, as a rule, have money. And so I don't usually connect with them. So I have to check with ASEA and see exactly which countries they're in over there. So I don't recommend that you accept a connection request from anybody in Africa until you find out what country
They want.
there are partnered with ASEA, that ASEA is in, okay? So I'm not going to accept this request to connect. So I'm going to X out of this at the very top, close out of it,
Mm-hmm.
go back to where he is in here, and I'm just going to click ignore. And I'm not going to say I don't know Samuel. If you say you don't know them, then that flags LinkedIn in a negative way about this person, and they could get their profile shut down altogether.
Now, how did you pick I don't know Samuel? How did you pick it?
Right there. So it just showed up.
It shows up.
And I declined his invite to connect.
Okay.
And this automatically shows up. When you decline an invite to connect, this will show up. So do not ever say I don't know them, because you can jeopardize their profile. They could lose their profile if you say you don't know them. There are some strict rules on LinkedIn, in that they want you to be careful that you only invite key people that are related, that would have some kind of a relation to what you do in your profile.
Okay.
So I've declined, says invitation declined, and I'm not going to click I don't know Samuel, because I don't want to jeopardize his profile. I'm not mad at him in any way. He's not being obnoxious. He just very quietly invited me to connect with him, but I'm going to very quietly decline.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can X out of this, and there he goes away.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. And now you
Yes.
will have this. I'll send this to you so you can have this to review. So here's something you have to be aware of. While we're here, this is where you can go. I don't have any pending invitations left, but here's where you can go to manage people that you've sent invitations to connect to. Have to move the pictures out of the way here. So these are invitations that I've received, and these are invitations that I've sent, and it shows that I've got all these people that are going to show up from invitations I've sent, and I've got this number of pages that number of people that have been on my page and have requested to follow me on my page. I can withdraw the request or just leave them. They're fine. This is for events so you can set up events on LinkedIn and invite people to your events and do webinars. And so these are people that I've invited over the past months to attend webinars.
And where did these people come from?
They
What
came
list?
from- so if you've got a webinar that you have done, we will touch on that another day.
Okay.
If you've got a webinar that you're going to put on about whatever topic, then you can go into your LinkedIn connections and invite them to attend this webinar. And that's what this is. This is people who have been invited to webinars that I've put on. So I'm going to go into this people one because you want to check and see how you want to keep this cleared out. Not completely, but anybody who has connected with you. So look at here, I've got 8 pages of people that I have requested to connect with and have not connected with me for whatever reason. Lots of times it's because they're not on LinkedIn very often. And LinkedIn is still quite a fairly new platform. A lot of people are not really aware of all the things they can do with LinkedIn. So this Jennifer Rivera, for instance, she's 2 weeks old. So I could withdraw my request to connect with her because she's 2 weeks old. So a couple of times a week, I'll go in here and I'll clear out anybody who's 2 weeks old. Because if you have too many people building up in there, it causes a problem with you inviting people to connect with you that you really want to connect with, right? Or accepting connection requests from other people. So
these are people, sorry, that you've tried to contact and they haven't returned your invitation, right? They haven't accepted. Okay.
Right. So then once you withdraw that connection request, you have to wait a few days before you can re-invite them. Those are just the rules of LinkedIn. So
somebody invited me, but I was hesitant to look. I didn't know what to do.
I know sometimes you get
Should I look at his
strangers.
profile? Like,
yeah,
I didn't know.
lots of strangers. You get lots of strangers, and you have to go in and check out their profile and see if they might be somebody that you could connect with and share your ASEA business with.
So you would just go into their profile and they would know that I'm going into their profile. They would see that.
Well, they'll see if you send them a connection request, they will see that connection request.
But he sent me something. So I would have
go in and check his profile. So this person here, you just go and hover over their name and you right click. And then the drop down menu, and you can open link in new tab and you can go and check out their profile without accepting the connection.
Okay.
So you go into the profile and then you can see by reading through their profile, she's an executive recruiter for many years, putting the right people in the right position. She's in Liberty, Missouri in the US. She's got 500 plus connections. So she's considered a center of influence if she has 500 plus connections. Now you see, I've sent her a request to connect and it's still pending. She has not accepted. So you can also go into the profile and check out a few other things. You can check out her activity, see all activity, what she's been doing in the last 90 days. And you can check out articles that she's written. Has she written any articles? She hasn't written any articles. What posts has she put out there? Oh, here's some posts that she's done. How often has she put the post out? Oh, 2 years ago. That shows you how active she is on the platform. Are there any documents that she's written that I would be interested in? You click on that, you wait for that to open up. So you can check them out here through their activity. Doesn't look like it's going to open up real fast. So I'll just go back to all activity. So it looks like Sharon is not very active on there. She has this many followers, 757 followers. So this is where you can see exactly how many people they've got in their connections, their follower list. So these are a couple of people that are connected to her, few people. But this was 4 months ago. This was 4 months ago. This was 2 months ago. This was 1 week ago. So she's not really active on there yet, right? So I'm just going to close out on this. So that tells you a lot about this person. So either she's fairly new, it looks like she's either fairly new to LinkedIn or she just doesn't get on there very often. And this is the case with quite a few people on LinkedIn. You'll find that they don't accept your connection request because they're just not on there checking it. And so if you ever withdraw a connection request, so I can click withdraw, and so I can't respond to this person for up to 3 weeks now. I have to wait for 3 weeks if I want to re-invite her. And then this down here, this just tells you how many people that you've withdrawn your invitation from down here. Any questions?
What are you looking for in order to, you know, to invite them? What are you looking for?
So you want, when you're inviting people to connect with you, you want to go into groups. And the way to find the groups is you go over here where this work button is. Sort of has sort of a crosshatch above it. You just click on this, and then you have a menu that shows up for where you can go for more learning, or you can go check out groups. This is a pro finder. I never use this. I don't look for people, the kind of salary people. I never check out these other things. I might go check out the learning, but it's mostly the groups that you want to be interested in. So I clicked on groups. And it's not usually this slow. You'll find that when you're looking for the groups and doing searches like this on your own platform, it won't be this slow. But because I'm showing my page through LinkedIn, it's slower. So these groups that say I'm a manager or an owner, these are groups that I am actually managing or running, right?
Okay.
And so you can join up to 100 groups here.
So when you join a group, what happens? What do you mean by joining a group?
So you send a request to join groups. So I've got some groups that have not accepted my request. These groups here, I've got a request in to join them. They have not, so I can withdraw my request here, or I can just leave it there and wait for them to accept me in. Or I can create my own group. And I wouldn't suggest you create your group right away, not until you get used to LinkedIn for a while. And then you can check your groups. So these are the groups that I have, that are either groups that I originated and started, or that people have accepted me into. I'm assisting to be a manager for this group. This is Sean's group.
Mhm.
You know Sean, he's the one
Yes.
who sponsored me, right?
Yeah.
So this is his group. So I'm just going to use this group as an example. You can go into, once you join some groups, you can go into the groups, and there's some when you're managing the groups, you get to see this. But if you're not managing the group, you won't see this. So you go into the group and you can see some of the posts that are there. Gay has some really great posts, and you can like them and comment on them, right? But here is the biggest kept secret to the groups. You can go over here and you can see all. See this?
Mhm.
See all. Click on see all. Wait for it to open up. And then scroll down just a little bit so you have it right at the top. So you can see what level of connection they are from you, whether they're a second level connection or a first level connection, third level. You won't see them say any more than third level. If they say third, that means they're third or further out. The first level connection means that we're directly connected. So if you're looking for people that might be interested, that you want to invite into a conversation, we'll just take Melanie as an example and just hover over her name. You see this little window that opened up?
Yeah.
So Melanie, she says, I'm a licensed general lines agent broker. So she's an insurance person, it looks like. I have 20 shared connections with her. And it goes to start listing some of the people. I can click connect if I want to, or I can go and send her a message. So I can click on message and send her a direct message. Hey, Melanie, I noticed that we're both in the same group, this Excellence in Network Marketing. I'd love to know more. Let's connect. Really simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can just type out that and then send that request to connect. I've got to move our pictures out of the way here. I have to keep moving them around the screen. So once I send her message, so I'll just say, let's connect. The name of this group again? Excellence in Network Marketing. Then I just sign it, Christine. And then you can click send, and then that request to connect starts on its way to go out to her. And now you haven't connected with Melanie Rowland yet. You have to click this little person here because they're in a group. And it's pending. So the request to connect has been sent to Melanie to connect. Then you X out of this. And then you can look through some more profiles. So the biggest secret to building your business on LinkedIn is in the groups.
Groups, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you have many interests. What would a person, if I would like to connect with a person maybe who's in, I don't know, health issues, there's so many different groups, right? There's cancer groups, there's MS groups, etc. How would you find these groups?
Okay, so I'm going to go back.
Oh, search.
I'm going to show you where to go and search. So let's go back one more. So this page here where it lists all the groups that you're in, if you go right down to the bottom, you see where it says search other trusted communities and share and support your goals, right?
Hmm.
So you click on the search button and you can go through here and you can see the groups and you can read the little blurbs about them and see which groups might be interesting for you to join. There's the MLM network has 29.5 thousand members. That's a good group when you're in a network marketing group. And the Art of Network Marketing is a good group to join, to check out. And look at all these groups. You can,
Wow.
there's tons of groups and you can go and you can check. So you just can click next and see which groups have the profile that you'd be interested in, that would be key people that would be interested in connecting with you as well. And you just keep working through, and you can join up to 100 different groups, but it won't let you join them all at once. So say you click 5 or 6 groups, that's about all LinkedIn will let you request to join at one time. And then you have to wait. So you check in every day to see if LinkedIn has allowed you to be able to, if people have accepted you into those groups. Because once you're accepted into the groups, then LinkedIn will let you invite yourself to other groups. So they only let you request to join, I think it's 5 or 6 at a time. Any questions?
Well, when you want to be in a group, should you not have something ready to post if they do accept you in? Like how you can't just.
Okay, so if they accept you into a group, so I'm going to go
Yeah.
back into my groups here, okay?
Mhm.
Oh no, that's not what I want. So if it says 1 ST beside them, you know that they're a first level connection, right? So once you get into, let's just go into a group here. It's faster to click this than to go searching for groups because I've already got a few groups there. So once you've requested to connect or to be entered into the group or accepted in the groups, then
Mhm.
then you get in that group and then you go in the group and you can start looking through the members in that group. So I'll just go at this Excellence in Network Marketing group again. And so I can go through now, move that pictures up again, and I can check the membership. So this is where you can check the posts. And oh yeah, here it is, see all. Have to move our pictures around all the time. So you always click this see all button, and this will let you see all the members in the group once you're accepted in the group. And then it's up to you to create conversations with these people. So if it says in number 1, that means you're already connected to them. He's one of the managers of the group, so I know him.
Mhm.
But if it says 2nd or 3rd, you know that they are not connected to you. And so you could message these people. So you can right click or just hold your mouse over there, and this automatically pops up. Christy is helping moms to create multiple income streams.
Mhm.
And then you could request to connect that. Or you could just open up the window, right click, open link in new tab.
So getting back to Onofrio's situation, where he's already in a professional field of insurance, and then how does he, the question, how does he tie in ASEA? Is he going to be in different groups? Is he going to join? How does that, how would he handle that?
going to have to be how he wants it set up. So if he's in insurance and he wants to also talk about ASEA, those are, to me, those are two compatible platforms, right?
Yes.
So he could set up, let's see, I'm gonna move this one here for now. Go into, there we go. So if I'm looking at, let's see, this is my, I don't want to go in that one. That's one of my groups that I have. So this one is. So this is where we were checking out the people that need to be deleted. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
want to delete, we want to withdraw these invitations.
Mm-hmm.
So repeat your question again.
I just would,
In mind here, I'm going, wow.
yeah, we have a couple of people now. We have Onofrio, who is also in the same kind of situation where he is in this professional field of, you know, insurance. And then he's also involved with the ASEA. So how does he tie it in? Like, does he try to tie it in together in the one profile? Does he talk about it
Okay,
in,
it's against the rules to have more than one profile.
oh, okay. Okay, so you
But
have to
you
bring
can
it in
do,
then. You have to,
you set up your main profile for your insurance, right?
okay.
And then you can set up what they call a company page. And the company page can be for his ASEA. You can have two different company pages. You can have one for ASEA and one for his insurance,
Oh, okay, okay.
right?
And where would that be listed so a person could go directly to his ASEA or his insurance?
Okay, so
Oh, right there?
so you need to go into let's see, I think. Go to company page. So oh, I think I've got my company page. There we are. So I've got my company page all set up here. And it's actually it's a separate page. You know how Facebook has your main profile page, and then you can have company pages set up on Facebook? Well, it's a similar kind of thing with LinkedIn. So you can set up a company page, and the place where you go to set up your company page is, let's see, what can I disturb here? You have to do it from your profile page. And let's go to your profile page here. Okay, so on your profile page, right up here, you've got, this is where you can, I forgot to tell you about this. You need to edit your profile, your public profile and URL. And that's from your profile page. And you can, this will be saved and sent to you so you can be able to do that on your own. But this URL needs to be changed so that there's not a whole bunch of numbers at the end. Everybody gets a generic profile name. So you put, I've got marketing mentors in here, but you could put just your first and last name or your first initial and last name, however you want to do it. And you can go in and change it anytime you want. And then you go down to the bottom of this page, the very bottom of this page is where you can create a badge. And this is where you copy. So if you click on this, you can copy to your mouse this text here. You can copy this and copy the code, and then you can go paste it on your website, and it's for your LinkedIn page. And then you can go back to LinkedIn here, So I know it sounds complicated. I'm telling you a lot right now.
Yeah, it's a bit
But
bad. It's a
You'll
bit
have this
complicated.
video. You can follow.
It's a whole different language.
It is. It takes a little bit of time to learn it. But believe me, if I can do it, anybody can. I'm a boomer.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We're trying. We'll let you know when we get there. You'll be miles ahead of us again.
So you need to do that. And now let's go back. I'm having a brain freeze. What was your question again?
Oh, we're talking about Onofrio? Onofrio's
Right,
insurance and
right. So he could set up a profile page for himself. It's too
Right.
bad he left. He could set up a profile page for himself, and then he can have a business page on there. And as many, he can have several business pages.
It's almost like you have business cards, right?
Yes.
It's almost like you can have business cards and they would just click in there, and then what would they find in that
And
other
so
card?
I was in mine, I thought. Yeah, this is my marketing interest business page. And so I'm getting ready to do a new event. And I've got a guy helping me. So it's on March the 18th. I'm going to do the event. And I'm noticing that it's almost 1:30. Ooh, I'm sorry to keep you.
Oh my goodness.
3:30.
I'm going to have to sign out here.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Christine.
Oh, you're sure
Thank you,
welcome.
Christine.
You're very,
Take
very
care.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, there we go. Vula,
Yes.
we'll do FaceTime, okay?